no way I'm sharing that with anybody. They should really just call it Eat Some More, You Fat Fuck. There's all these, I live in Coventry, so it's basically just a big giant dump, and I'm really hoping that I can convince a place to buy the empty house across the street and build a Mexican restaurant. Why? Because I'm pretty sure I'll never leave. They'll have to keep a bed down there in case I ever go into a food coma. And they'll be like, you know what, that's Kate's bed. That's Kate's basement. She's had way too much to eat and she's here all the friggin' time. Get rid of her. But I'm pretty much dead if they build a Golden Corral around here, because that's just, it's like my one weakness. I never know what I want to eat. So it's like, well, why not have everything? You know, why don't you have some fucking cheesecake and then you can have a salad to feel better about it? So, yeah, they will find me. I'll be in the paper if that place ever opens around here. I realized the other day, I was listening to Pandora, and I realized that being a fan of Weezer is like being in a really shitty relationship. You think they're gonna get better, or it's like, oh, this album's gonna be great, this new album that's coming out, it's gonna be so much better than the last album. And it's fucking shit. And you're just like, and then another album comes out, guys, this is totally better. Like, Rivers is singing again, don't worry. And it's like, nope, still awful. And you just keep coming back because, why? Because they made a couple good albums. I live with my dad, and he's a senior citizen, and one of these guys came over to do like a health check, because I guess they're doing that now to make sure you're not too fat. And basically, the guy left something, and it's just this giant blue tumbler, and it's got like a little edge to it, and it honest to God looked like a senior sippy cup, and I was like, they're giving these out to old people now? And I was just like, well, it's about time, because I think that being a senior citizen is like being a child again. Like, you need somebody else to take care of you, you don't really understand what's going on, and you basically are probably having trouble going to the bathroom. I babysat a kid the other day, and I think that children who are sick there should be a special biohazard area for them, because that kid was everywhere. Like, just not everywhere, just touching everything, just touching me all the time. Like, I was like, I don't want to deal with you right now. And of course I got sick, because he got everyone sick. And I'm pretty sure that there's a cat mafia, and I'm pretty sure my cat is in the cat mafia, because she doesn't even have claws. It's like knives. And when she gets upset, she goes right for the knives. She's just like, well, go to hell, bitch. Get your hands off me. I don't want to take my pills today. I don't care. I'll cut you. You want me to cut you? I'll go for it. And she does. I have a friend who suffers from some kind of memory illness. She will not admit that she has a memory problem, and so she just doesn't remember things but acts like it's okay. So my favorite thing is her brother was gonna bring his girlfriend over, and she's like, oh yeah, I really think that Jane is a great girl. Her name's not Jane. Oh, Julia, right? It's Julia. No, it's not Julia. What's her name? Oh, it's Jessica. Yeah, you really should probably pretend to know her name before you meet her. And I kind of feel like dating, especially online dating, I feel like it's gone too far lately. People are just lying about everything. The last date I went on, the guy was like, I'm a lawyer. And then I go to meet him, and he's like, I don't have a car. I'm like, you're not a lawyer, you know? And then I'm like, well, why don't you have a smartphone? Oh, I don't have a smartphone. Yeah, you're not a lawyer. Don't try to pass yourself off. Oh, I don't have a printer. I can't print out directions. Why don't you have a printer? No, they're complicated. No, you're not a lawyer. Yeah, I didn't see him again, but at least he paid for lunch. I honestly feel like, as far as my bra goes, if I don't have my bra on, I can't do anything. Like, I don't know why. It's like magic, you know? It's like a magical thing. Like, once I put it on, I'm like, okay, I can do stuff. But if I don't have it on, I'm like, I don't feel like doing anything today. And I recently cut my hair short, which I liked at first. I was like, this is easy to take care of. but now, not so much. In all honesty, if you just look at this, like look, now I look like a psychotic person, you know? Now I'm gonna go to the bank and they're gonna think I'm trying to do a hold-up. And it's like, nope, I just can't control my hair. I used to work with this guy, and he was like the Italian grandfather I never had. You know, he would just say crazy stuff, just like a grandfather would, but he was like 20. So it was kind of weird, but it was also very funny. You know, like he'd go up to me and he'd be like, you know what, Kate, smoking's not addictive. And I'm like, okay. And he was just like, you know what I do when I feel like smoking? I go to Twin River and I just chain smoke all night. Yeah, that's not the definition of not being addicted. He's like, but I'm not addicted. I'm like, but you go to Twin River, you smoke a whole pack. Like, you're addicted. And then he would just randomly say things. He would like be walking around work and he'd be like, Richard Nixon. Just like, why are you talking about Richard Nixon? Oh, I was just thinking about it. Because who doesn't just think about Richard Nixon? And I also used to work in auto parts. So we would put auto parts up on eBay and stuff like that, and I would edit them. And my personal favorite thing that I found was the word tire spelled T-Y-R-E, which I honestly did not know that there were people out there who didn't know how to spell tire, considering it's on signs. It's like, yep, I don't think that guy knew English. I don't know if anybody else has this problem, but sometimes I go to like a public place. Like I tried to take improv last week, and this guy would not get near me. Like I seriously think maybe he thought I had like some kind of disease, because he would just, I would like try to walk near him in the circle and he would just like run. I'm like, okay dude, I don't know you. You should probably not act like I have some kind of disease of the head. I'm always trash talking other cars. It's some like weird little habit that I have going on where I'm just like, yeah, my car is so much better than that piece of crap. And so my dad and I were having a discussion the other day. There was this guy that wanted to go out on a date with me, and he had a Jeep, and I hate Jeeps. And he kept bees. He was a beekeeper. And my dad's like, it's a practical car for that purpose. And I'm like, no, it's not. No, I could keep bees in my car. I have a hatchback. And I'm just like, yeah, you know what I can do? I can put the seat down, I can put them in the little enclosure, I could keep bees, I could carry bees around all day with my car. And I'm just like, you know what, Kate, I think you're a little too crazy about your own car. Trying to just think it can do everything. Like, someday I'm gonna put that seat down and just start putting 2x4s in and trying to tow wood everywhere. I don't know if anybody else has noticed, but because of the weather, I feel like the garbage day has changed, and they just haven't told us. I currently think that the garbage day is whenever we feel like it. It was originally, in my area, it was Tuesday, and then it became Wednesday. And now we just leave our trash out whenever we can, and we hope someone comes and picks it up. I was driving the other day, and I noticed that there was one of those sanding machines, and it was like coming towards me, and he decided he needed to have like 75% of the road in comparison to my 50. So it was just like, you know what? I've decided something. I was right in front of my house. I'm like, I might die right now. This guy hits me, he's gonna kill me. I can't go home. I don't want to die at my house. I'm gonna try to find, even if it's like a 2-star hotel, even if it's maybe a dive bar, I'd really like to pretend to die somewhere else. So at least when they find me, they can say, you know what, she had an interesting life. I mean, she died at a bar. Yeah, she was like practically torn in half, but I mean, she got into the bar okay. I was thinking that they're trying to come up with cities to be spots in Monopoly, and I was like, well, what are they gonna do if they just made a Rhode Island Monopoly, which I think they have, but I can really picture a lot of weird things, you know? Old McCoy Stadium, pothole number 1, pothole number 2. I think that the mall is probably gonna be Boardwalk, you know? And then we can have Rocky Point on there anyway, because people don't ever stop talking about that place as if it still exists. And, you know, we can have Apex on there, and all the little stupid places. We can have the mall on there, the Warwick Mall, just be like, Rat Mall. But yeah, I honestly think it's going to be 90% things that aren't there anymore, and then just a bunch of stuff that's still there. And people outside of Rhode Island are just not going to get it. And we'll have to pretend. My theory is that Alex and Ani is slowly taking over the state because I see their name everywhere. I went to Rhode Island College for a while, and they had their name up on a new center that was coming out. I'm like, okay. And then I noticed I have a friend who works at URI, and she's like, oh yeah, Alex and Ani has a building there too. And then just everywhere I go, I see their name, and I'm just like, you know, someday the state capital is just going to be Alex and Ani City because they'll just pay for so much. And I'm sorry, I'm trying to look at my stuff. I have to admit that sometimes, do you ever see a guy and he's got a girlfriend and you're like, I really think that there must be some mystical forest women that are just dating these guys that are completely like wrong. You know, I have a guy friend and he's got a girlfriend and he lives at home, and when he was unemployed, his first instinct was to buy a gun. So he just doesn't seem like the best guy. He keeps like dirty trash, keeps dirty stuff in his car, and his car just smells horrible. And it's like, what mystical woman is dating him? You know? What forest are they taking these women from? All right, that was my time. Have a good night, guys. Thank you.